Good morning and welcome to Kilat Shari Torah's daily review of Hilchos Pesach, the laws and customs of Pesach for Friday, April the 8th. We spoke about benching, Birkat HaMazon, eating the meal and saying grace after meals, and drinking the third cup of wine yesterday. Let's touch on the fourth cup. After grace, after saying Birkat HaMazon, grace after meals, we fill our wine cup up now for a fourth time. For those who did not fill the cup of Eliyahu Hanavi, Elijah's cup, earlier in the Seder, as Kitzur Shulchan Aruch suggested, I think this is the point where most of us fill Elijah's cup, right before the fourth cup. So we fill Elijah's cup, the door is opened according to custom, and which signifies that this is a Leil Shimurim, a night of watchfulness. Hashem is watching over us, and therefore we have nothing to fear. Because of this belief, the messianic age will arrive, and God will pour out his wrath upon the nations which persecuted the Jewish people. We're not going to seek revenge. Hashem will take care of that for us. Vengeance is mine, saith the Lord. So we do say the verses there of pour out thy wrath, pour out your wrath, and then we close the door. We put down our cups back on the table, and we continue to say Hallel. We continue the full Hallel, which we began as part of the Magid before the second cup, when we started to say, when we were in the middle of the Seder, after telling the story, after the Magid, and before we washed and made Hamotzi, we did say two chapters from the book of Psalms, which constitute the first two chapters of Hallel. So we continue from Lo Lanu, not unto us. And we continue Hallel all the way until the end, which if you have other people around the table, you can do the call and response as we do in Shul. We'll be doing it in Shul on Yom Tov itself. And if there are three, it should be led by one, responded by two. You get the picture, just like we say it in a congregation. A full revi'is, at least a 3 ounces, as we said at the outset, should be drunk from the fourth cup. If not the entire cup altogether, and the Baracha Acharona, which is just about the last thing in the order of the Seder night in the Haggadah, the after bracha after drinking wine. So we say that, and then we continue the Haggadah until it is concluded. What's the conclusion? The Nirtza, the whatever Nusach your Haggadah happens to have for the conclusion, for the end of the Seder, including in all nuschas, all versions that I'm familiar with, L'shana haba b'Yerushalayim, next year in Jerusalem. There are also many songs to sing there printed in the Haggadah, and of course many more that we know, family favorites that are Xeroxed and handed around, and so on. After you drink your 4 cups of wine, you're not supposed to drink any other beverage except water. If you're not too tired by this point in the evening, you should say Song of Songs, the Shir HaShirim after the Haggadah. It's customary on the first 2 Pesach nights to to shorten the reading of Shema. The bedtime Shema, just say Shema and Hamapil to indicate, as we did before with opening the door, that it is a Leil Shimurim. It's a night of watching, of Hashem watching over us, and no further protection other than that is needed. Okay, more on some of the details, things to remember, and insights of the Seder night after Shabbat. But let's just remind ourselves what's happening this evening. We are not, unfortunately, still gathering in Shul for a Friday night minyan. Hopefully, we'll resume that in due course before too long. Earliest time to usher in the Holy Sabbath is 6:30 this afternoon. 6:30 p.m. is the earliest time that you can light candles and begin davening, make kiddush, and all that. Actual candlelighting time is 7:34 this evening. That is the time when you should light candles if you didn't light them already. Were we gathering in Shul for Mincha, Kabbalat Shabbat, and Ma'ariv? It would be at 7 o'clock, as it will be all through the summer, regardless of the candlelighting time. Tomorrow morning, please note, Shul begins at 9:15. We'll be starting our minyan as we did in days of old. Back in the old days, in the pre-pandemic days, we start Shacharis on Shabbos at 9:15 with brachas, and we daven the whole thing. We don't have to curtail or shorten or edit our davening at all. We can do it all as it's supposed to be, which will be very nice. So if you're able to join us for that, please feel welcome to do that. The Shabbos Hagadol Drasha, we've been saying for some years, right after Musaf, at the conclusion of services, rather in the course of services. to allow more people to attend. Hopefully that'll be the case tomorrow. And our last musical Havdalah of the season before Sfirat HaOmer, before the counting of the Omer. We don't play instruments so much. It will be at 8:49 tomorrow night. The link is in the bulletin, in the email rather, that you received before Shabbos. So please check your inbox for that. Please make sure to join us for that. Have a great Shabbat, a Shabbos Hagadol. Hopefully see you in Shul or soon thereafter. Shabbat Shalom.